Alright, today we're going to talk about classing polygons, and the first polygon we're going to work with are triangles. And there's a couple ways to classify triangles. And the first is by side. So an equilateral triangle means that all the sides are equal. And that's noted by those lines through each side. So that's showing me, since each side has one line, that each side is the same. So an isosceles triangle would mean that two sides are the same. So I got two sides with one line, and then I could have two on the bottom, or you could have no marks on the bottom. And then a scalene means that no sides are the same. So that can be marked as one line, two lines, and three lines. And then classifying based on angles, you have acute, and any equilateral triangle is going to be acute, meaning all the angles are less than 90. You can have a right triangle, which means one angle is 90 degrees. And you'll see the little square there at the bottom, that indicates a 90 degree. And then you can have an obtuse triangle with one obtuse angle. And when you classify triangles, you need to classify based on sides and angles. So an equilateral triangle is also going to be acute. A right triangle could be either isosceles or scalene. An obtuse triangle could either be isosceles or scalene. It could never be acute. Alright, now let's classify quadrilaterals. So quadrilateral is any four-sided shape. So we'll start with trapezoid. A trapezoid means one set of parallel lines, whereas a parallelogram will mean two sets of parallel lines. And sometimes you'll see these little arrows showing you that they are parallel. Then move down further, we have the rhombus. Rhombus is a parallelogram where all of the sides are also the same length. So we have parallel lines and all sides are the same length. A rectangle is a parallelogram, but there the difference is all the angles are 90 degrees. Rhombus, the angles don't have to be 90 degrees. Think of like a diamond shape. A rectangle, they have to be 90 degrees. And then you have the most specific of all quadrilaterals, which is a square, which means all the angles are 90 degrees and all the sides are congruent. So when you are classifying quadrilaterals, a square is a rhombus and a rectangle and a parallelogram and a quadrilateral. It's all of those. But if you were to read going down, some parallelograms are rectangles, some parallelograms are rhombuses, some parallelograms are even squares. But again, if you're going down the chart, it's only some. If you're going up the chart, it is all. So all rhombuses are parallelograms and all rhombuses are quadrilaterals. So if you have let's say a rectangle is a rectangle, a parallelogram, and a quadrilateral.